through. Let's talk kicks. Let's talk 80s and 90s nostalgia, man.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. We are back with another banger, Retro Talk Forum in the house. I am Hot Dog 18, and we got two special guests in the building. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, but like I said, I'm Hot Dog 18. I'm gonna pass it over here to my brother. There you go. You got it. I got it, Black. I got it.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Black Ass African Man, aka the Sneaker Historian, aka Marvin, for those who know, aka BAA. We're gonna keep it short and sweet because we got two special guests. One down there, one down over there. We're gonna go to special guest right below me.
What's good, everybody? I'm your boy Cadillac Jackson, 1/3 of Talking Kicks. You can catch us normally on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. We have a season premiere coming up July 14th, 8:30 p.m. We got some special guests coming up this season, season 14. And now I'm going to pass it to the legend.
What up, though? What up, though? Tymopkins checking in. Blessed to be a part of this, man. Just happy to be a part of this, man. I kind of dabble in everything, so it's kind of hard to put a label on me because if it's anything real and organic, I got my hands on it. So, the collaborate of many things. So, we'll talk about that further in the interview and all that stuff. But I'm just happy you guys send the olive branch and the invite over to have me on this show. I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, so it's an honor to be on here.
Appreciate you for coming through, man. Blessing us with your presence, man. Appreciate you, man.
I appreciate the offer, man. Like I said, I'm a big fan of what y'all doing, man. I love and appreciate the movement.
We appreciate that, brother. We received that. We received that. Thank you. Go ahead, Black.
No, I was gonna say, we were talking backstage, and I'm repping the Pistons, but
I appreciate you.
He said I had the wrong jersey on. Well, the wrong name. He said I had the wrong name on. I'm like, okay.
I mean, trust me. I mean that's the Allen Iverson Pistons. So
right.
we love AI here. This is like, AI here maybe 10, 15 times a year he comes here. So he loves Detroit too. But when you're wearing that Piston 1, it's only one person come to mind, and that's the newly hired head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, my brother Chauncey Billups. So
yes.
Congratulations. Yeah.
That's the only one we recognize here. We love AI, and AI even knows it himself. So it's
real
all
quick, what you think about that hire? What's your thoughts on that hire, real quick?
I really would love to see Chauncey get a GM job because his basketball IQ is incredible.
Right.
And I'm not just saying that because we cool and all that, but he has a real high basketball IQ. So, but I understand in this league, you gotta crawl before you walk when you're in a certain category. Some people get these GM jobs and you be like, where the hell they came from, or who they know, But like what Jermaine Jones is doing a tremendous job. What he's doing in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
I think Chauncey could be the same way, but I'm happy that Portland took a chance on him, and I hope Dame will want to stick around and just get tutelage a little bit more from Chauncey,
Right.
and we're gonna see what's happening, but I know that he's gonna do a great job in Portland.
He's Dame. I'm hearing Dame is already talking about trying to leave. I guess maybe I don't know if that's a rumor, but
yeah,
I hate
for
him to go.
Happen, and that's what I would hate to happen because I want Chauncey to have a full arsenal when
right.
there. I don't want him in the rebuilding stage because we know 9 times out of 10 that never works out for the head coach.
Right.
So I don't want Chauncey to go there for 1 or 2 years and then they're in the rebuilding form and then they'd be like, well, hey, it just didn't work out. Well, it didn't work out because your franchise player didn't want to be here anymore. So,
well, especially for a first year coach too.
Exactly. And I hope that Dame understand that, you know, he got a Finals MVP coming his way. So and somebody that played the position he's playing. So I just hope that he's, you know, stick around and more people are able to go, you know, to Portland. You know that.
Right.
You know, so you know, I love my Pistons, but I'm happy for all my brothers too. So I'm happy for Johnson.
Okay.
Real quick before we get into this, what you think about the NBA playoffs this year?
I love it, man. You know what? This is the first time, you know, even though my Pistons not in it, and like, you know, with me, everybody that knows me knows it's like Pistons, Lakers. So I've been a Laker fan since '79. Like my favorite basketball player of all time is Magic Johnson. You know, that's the real MJ, if you ask me. You know, I tell people all the time, and I get to a lot of arguments. I said the real MJ came from I'm from East Lansing, Michigan. So, you know, so I get a lot of arguments with that. So I've been a Laker fan since '79. So, you know, it's Pistons and then Lakers is right up here bumping it. But when those two not in, I think this is the first time that basketball is really exciting again. Maybe because it's newer teams in the mix now. It's just not the same old. You know, LeBron not in his 25th consecutive finals. You know, and things like that. You know, so I really want Atlanta Phoenix finals, so I can just see Trey Young go up against Devin Booker. I would love to see.
Absolutely.
That. You know,
I really would love to see Chris Paul get a championship, bro.
Me too.
That's the end all be all. You know what I mean? I would love to see this man get a championship. And I've always liked his game.
And doing it as a contributor and not somebody that they just added on to get a ring for him.
Right.
You know, like so many people have been in the league for years, and you know they finally get on the team and they're not the leader of it, and they get a ring. You know,
he's definitely hands on.
Yeah. So that makes me even more excited for the Suns to even pull it out. But I enjoy watching the Hawks and the Suns because it's that young nucleus and it's that, you know, and it's exciting basketball again.
Right.
How y'all feel?
Real quick,
y'all feel about it?
Oh, go ahead, Caddy. Let's get your viewpoint on it real quick.
Listen, I am hoping, wishing, and praying for a Phoenix Atlanta NBA Finals. I want to see Chris Paul there. I want to see Trey Young there, but I really want to see CP3 win a chip. I feel like, you know, that's the one player who has done it all, has been a leader, has every team he's touched, he's been a positive influence to, that deserves to win a chip. You know, I feel like that, like he's already going to be a Hall of Famer. I feel like the chip would just seal the deal. That's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
And not only that, too, I'm going to add what you're saying, Caddy. You just got to think about it. Every time Chris Paul has been in the league from the past 5 years, once he got close enough, he always got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought maybe this COVID pushback was kind of like another thing that was about to happen to him. You know, I was like, man, they can't do this to this man.
Yeah, when they got to the Western Conference Finals, I was like, no, please don't do this to CP.
Exactly.
Don't sit him down like this.
This is the one that really needs it. And, you know, this all of a sudden happens like that. You know what I'm saying? I can see how Kawhi, you know, hurt his knee or whatever. That's something different. But Chris Paul, come on, man. Let the man go ahead and get him one.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And you know what? That's so disappointing that happened to Kawhi, because it's like, you know, I really want to see the Clippers at full strength, you know, you know, and just to see what they can do. And just imagine if Kawhi was at full strength and the Clippers end up winning. So that's 3 different franchises he didn't took and won NBA championships with, and possibly could have been the MVP of the finals. And there's been only one other player that done that so far. And he's probably the most hated player I've ever seen in my life. You know, not to go off subject, but I've never seen so many people hate on one guy like they hate on LeBron. I just don't see it. I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I respect his game. One thing that I can say that I wished he would have done is at least gotten the dunk contest one time. You know, I would have loved to have seen that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because, you know, all the greats got into the dunk contest, and I would have loved to. I would love to have seen it. That's the only thing that I see missing off his resume is a dunk contest, just one dunk contest. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But you know what? I never looked at it like that, and that's right. That's true.
You know, so but definitely respect him. He's definitely a great player. Probably the most athletic player other than Russell Westbrook to come through the league. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Right.
definitely respect his game. Go ahead, Black. What
Who
you
we
about to
got?
say?
I was gonna ask you who we got in the chat. Moving forward.
Let's see. We got House Flair in here. Appreciate your house. TikTok, another TikTok and 313 Retro Queen. Both of them Detroit natives. Tony
TikTok the
C.
guy, man. TikTok is the guy.
Is
I love.
is he? He's the
I
man. You know,
love
he
talking.
blessed.
Hey, that's the
He
dude right there,
yeah,
man.
he blessed us
That's the
also.
dude right there, bro. Yes,
Taco.
sir.
Taco is the man.
Yeah, Sean McBain. I think I said that right. Chris Neely,
I can
what's
never
going
get his
on,
name
bro?
right, man.
I know.
I can never get his
Sign,
name right.
you know what I mean? Feel Fresh 313. Another one, another Detroit native. Call Me JP came through. And Beard Jedi, our sponsor, came through. Shout out to Lift Heavy Clothing, man. Check them out.
Yes, sir.
If I can say one thing, like whenever you talk retro stuff, Detroit gonna show up. The real Detroit gonna show up, not the social media Detroit. The real Detroit gonna show up. So when anything retro or organic or real, the real Detroit gonna show up. So the people you just already commented on there is part of the real Detroit to me anyway, because they know.
Oh, so Pop came through here. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you gracing us, bro. And yeah, that's pretty much everybody I see in the chat, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. And he said, yeah, I was close enough. Yeah, like I said, we appreciate y'all coming through. Let me give y'all a proper welcome real quick. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
I got out.
You got it on there?
What's up? What's up? What?
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming through. So go ahead, Black.
Y'all got all Detroit love here today. Y'all showing Martin, you know, that was based in Detroit. Y'all, I feel like I'm home.
Hey, man, you bringing
Hey,
us
I
out,
stayed in
bro.
Detroit for a little bit, man. I stayed in
about?
Detroit for a little bit.
What about?
All I remember is Maxwell Avenue. My uncle, he still stays up there, and he got his own.
You mean Mac Avenue?
Yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mac. Yeah,
That's the east side. Yep. Yeah.
my uncle still stays up there. He's up there in age, but he got his own carpet cleaning business, and he's supposed to be down here in the next couple of months for his birthday. So I still got my peoples up there, man, cousins and all that. So, but I'm born in Detroit, raised in the South, man. That's pretty much it.
Okay, but hey, you had some of that Detroit tap water, so you good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We had E Double come through here and Super GQ also, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Hope y'all enjoying
another
the show.
Detroit dude. Another Detroit dude, Super GQ.
We here. We here.
They all they like Brooklyn, ain't it?
Exactly.
Brooklyn always represents. So Detroit always represents. Go ahead and go to pickups. Want to go to pickups?
Man, you know what? We ain't got to worry about pickups, man. Let's just go straight into it, man. Because I got a feeling, man, this gonna be a good one. We got a legend in the building, so yeah, let's get to it, bro. Let's get to it.
Let's go.
Let's get to it. So Mr. Tymopkins, kind of tell us about yourself and kind of like how you got started with what you do, your love for Detroit, and yeah, just give us a brief history on, you know, how you started doing what you're doing.
Well, you know, I've been doing this. This is my fourth decade now doing this. I started in the mid '90s when really when sneakers and real clothing was everything to us. So I don't know how old you guys are, but I'll be blessed to be 50 in January. So I've been out here for a while doing it. Like I said, I started in 1995 at this iconic clothing store in Detroit called Strictly Sportswear. So they gave me my first start, and we used to have people come from everywhere. They used to shop at Strictly Sportswear, like in the mid '90s until to the mid 2000s. That was like the place to come in Detroit, or if you was from out of town, we had it. So we had everything that you can imagine back in those days, and that's when the streetwear days was popular. So you had like the Maurice Malones, the Carl Canais, the Fubus, the Sir Benny Miles, You had Pepe. You had all that kind of stuff. Jabot, Levi's, of course, Guess jeans, Mecca, and of course with the footwear back in those days, it wasn't like how it was now. Back in those days, we had brands that we used to sell tons and tons and tons of, like Sergio Tacchini, Lacoste Sportive, Lotto, Diodore, and things like that. So I was always like a fresh dressed kid anyway, in high school and all that stuff. So it was ideally for me to start at Strictly Sportswear. So they gave me a start there. And within my third year working there, I became the buyer because they was like, man, you know so much about this stuff. You know how to put outfits together. You know how to do things together. And so with that, I used to go to these trade shows. Well, I still go to them now. And it's called the Magic Show. And that's in Las Vegas. So they do those twice a year. So the Magic Show, for people who don't know, is like how you would have like the auto shows. And they give you a preview of what's coming out for the next year and all that stuff. So you'll go see these brands, and you'll see new brands, and you'll see people that was trying to launch their lines and all that, and you would buy these lines and all that. So I was in the midst of it when retail was everything, like when they labeled it as urban, but we know what we want to say with urban, and that they call it streetwear and all that stuff too. So we was a powerhouse. And then in 2000, I branched off and did my own store, and it was called Hip Hop University. And during that time, that's when, as we see, 3 out of the 4 of us got on Mitchell and Ness. So that's when the throwback jerseys came of craze. And the thing was, during that time, I didn't have a quote-unquote Mitchell and Ness account. So me and a couple of our guys, we would drive to Philadelphia once a week and go buy the jerseys from Mitchell and Ness retail. So we was buying jerseys back in those days like $300, $350, bringing them back to Detroit and selling them like for $500 because you couldn't get them from nowhere else. And people wanted them, especially when you had people like Jay-Z wearing them, Fab was wearing them, And I remember we were selling that Nolan Ryan Houston Astro jersey for $600. And this was like 2001, 2001.
Quick question. So who do you feel started the throwback jersey craze, as far as like which public figure do you feel like started it, in your opinion?
To be honest, man, like the first people I seen, really the first person I seen wearing one that made me be like, where the fuck? Can we cuss on here?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
I'm just asking. Like, where the fuck did he get that from? Was Andre 3000 wearing the Atlanta Braves jersey? So I saw him wearing that, and then Big Boy had on the Houston Astro jersey, and then that's when.
Good answer. I always have this debate with somebody, and I tell everybody, I said Outkast started the. I said I feel like Outkast was one of the first to do it. But go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, and because I was like, where the hell did he get that jersey from? And then that's when I was Googling, looking at stuff, and that's when I heard about a company called Mitchell and Ness. And I was like, damn, okay. And that's when I did my research on them and all that. And they've been in business for already 50, 60 years. Anyway, a family-owned store. And when I tell you their store on Walnut Street was probably as big as our closets. And because they was just for fans, like stadium fans, people that was going there and they was doing that stuff. But they had a young man that worked for them who I'm still good friends with to this day. His name is Big Rube. So yes. So Big. He was
on a lot of Outkast albums too, because that's what I was going to ask. Didn't Big Rube have something to do with Mitchell and Ness later on? That's what I thought.
So Big Rube used to work there as a kid and all that stuff, and he got real good friends with the owners of Mitchell and Ness at the time. It was a man named Peter Capolino. So he was cool with him, and he was like, listen, man, we got to get some of these on these rappers because they come in here buying it, they need to start wearing it and all that stuff. And so that's when you see people like Fabulous started wearing them, Diddy started wearing them, and then the one that really stood out to this day, I probably get a request about doing it, was the one Jay-Z wore in Girls, 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 the Washington Redskins Sammy Baugh jersey, the number 33 one. The long sleeve football jersey. So, but they like I said, Outkast was the first to wear them, but Fab just took it to a whole new level. Fab just just took it. You know, that with the matching pin. You know, back in the day, that's when they was wearing the pinwheel hats.
Yeah.
Pinwheel hats. You know, and there was a store in Philadelphia that was killing them. I think the name of the store was called Distant Replay. And you know, and it's funny because Total Sports. Now, Total Sports was a store in Philadelphia. Later on, the guy who owned Total Sports is now the owner of the company that we see people wearing now. It's called Pro Standard. So, you know, so that's, you know, that phase really caught on. You know, Fabulous took it to a whole new level. But the first person I seen wearing one was Big Boy and Andre 3000. That Hank Aaron Brave. And then that Nolan Ryan Houston Astro jersey.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead, continue, sir.
You're good. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, and
cool.
So going back to the story, you know, and with that, you know, like I said, we would go there and spend maybe $20,000 and $30,000 at a time just buying these jerseys, and they was looking at us like, "What are y'all guys doing?" So we tell them like, "Listen, y'all won't open us up," because they didn't know how to open up accounts because they just dealt with strictly sports themed stores. They never dealt with any clothing stores. So, you know, I had to talk with Rube. You know, Rube hooked it up for me. And the reason why I found Mitchell and Ness was because in 2000, the NBA All-Star game was in Philadelphia. So one thing about Detroit, we travel. If it's an event, we're going to show up there. Whether it's an All-Star, Super Bowl, award show, whatever it is, boxing, Detroit going to show up and show out there. So I remember going there, and somebody I knew was there, and they said, "Man, let me introduce you to Big Rube, because now you ain't got to start doing this stuff. You know, you can just, you know, Big Rube will hook it up for you." So Big Rube hooked it up. You know, we was able to get a Mitchell and Ness account. But like I said, before then, we was going to Philadelphia once a month, which turned into once a week because we was turning the jerseys over so much because that whole phase took off. You know, like I said, you know, and like I said, we was bringing them back. Because we wasn't buying them wholesale then, we were still buying them at cost, and it was still expensive those days. Like I said, the Nolan Ryan jersey was like $350, and we was coming back selling here like $500-600. So, you know, I'm sorry for people who paid $500-600 for that. You know, they understand. You know, we didn't have an account. So now, when I see these guys buying these shoes now and selling them, resellers, I was like, I can't get too mad at what they're doing because I was doing the same shit with Mitchell and Ness in 2000, 2001. So I get it, you know, and the history just goes on and on and on. From my stint I did at Puffer Reds to when I took over the creative director position here with Mr. Allen's, you know, and they were sold 2000 actually this month 2 years ago, 2019, to this company named Snipes. So Snipes is a German company that came in and bought a lot of the stores and all that, and they wanted me to stay on board and become the marketing director for them, vice president of marketing. But that meant I would have to move to Philadelphia, and at that time I wasn't doing it. So, you know, I kindly, you know, rejected the offer, you know, stepped back, and because I knew then I had my starter stuff that I was doing. So see, it's a whole other thing that we didn't skip when we talked about the starter. So pretty much we're just gonna freestyle this, because if I tell the whole story, our batteries will run dead. So that's how much longevity I got. Like I said, I've been doing this is my 4th decade, and it's a blessing that every decade I've rebranded myself, and I've been relevant for 4 decades. A lot of people can't say that. So I was relevant in the 90s, I was relevant in the 2000s, I was relevant in the 2010s, and now we're going into the 2020s. And I think I haven't even reached my peak yet for the things that I got planned that I'm doing. So, you know, it's just a blessing, man. Just a blessing. And, you know, we all cut from the same retro cloth. You know, so, you know, like when we was backstage talking, you know, I was telling my man, I was like, listen, man, you know, it was an honor to do it, because not many of us get a chance to do the real shit. You know, they don't put people in positions that know real product and know about the, you know, the heritage. They so fascinated on culture. And I tell people all the time that, you know, I hate the word culture, because culture is temporary and for sale. Heritage is forever. And all of us got heritage in our DNA when it comes to this fashion stuff, whether it's clothing or sneakers or whatever. And so I tell people all the time, culture is temporary, but heritage is forever.
Dope.
That's a good way of putting that, man, because a lot of people don't look at it that way. But once you kind of explain it to them, it kind of opens their eyes to, you know, actually start looking into that.
Man, believe it or not, man, it's so many of us out here like us that's cut from that cloth. So my thing is, you know, whenever I get in a position to do something, I'm gonna do it to the fullest because, you know, I want to do something that, you know, you guys might want to do one day, you know, and you be like, damn, he got it right, he did it. Because how many of us sat back and saw people that come out with shit, and we just be like, he fucked that up. Why they do that? Why they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
I get it. Yep. I get it. God bless them. That's their opportunity. But the real, like us, we look back at shit and it's like,
you had one job.
Yeah.
There's a lot of designers that do that too, and I just sit back and look like, and these are the designers that I know for a fact that look at the shit that y'all post, look at the shit that I post, and they run back and try to design it, and they redesign stuff. Like certain stuff should be against the law to retool and do shit. Like the whole Nike basketball ball. You should never redo a fucking Delta Force. You should never do a fucking Nike Terminator. It should never be a strap on none of this shit. It should never be on none of that. Put it out. Like I told my man before, you don't see McDonald's reinventing their French fries how they do shit. McDonald's ain't never put out a fucking crinkle cut French fry. Or a tater tot. Or McTops.
McTots.
Yeah, McTots.
Let's not do it now after watching this, because if I see some fucking McTots in the next 6 months, we soon. we all win.
Hey, get that trademark, McTots.
Yeah, somebody McDonald's gonna watch it and be like, "Oh my God, that's it, McTots, let's do it." And we're gonna be like, "Aha!" So we all gonna be loving it. Cause we all
yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
So let's get into. I know you said something earlier about starter brand, so let's get into the starter brand.
Okay,
and let's see how you got your start and from then to now.
It was kind of ironic how it happened. Okay, so let's say maybe like this is my 7th year doing starter now. So when it first happened, I saw this. Well, I'm real good friends with this young lady, and she is a hip hop streetwear clothing pioneer. Her name is April Walker. So she had a clothing line back in the day called Walker.
Yep.
So I'm real good friends with April, and she and you know, I saw a picture she posted with her wearing this old school Detroit Lion Axel Foley Detroit Lion jacket from Beverly Hills Cop. And I was like, where did you get this jacket from? I need it. You know, I've been looking all over for one and I can't find it. Where did you get it from? She was like, oh, you know, matter of fact, I need to introduce you to Carl Banks. So Carl Banks is the president of G3 and Starter. And I was like, you mean football player Carl Banks? New York Giant Carl Banks? The guy that went to Michigan State Carl Banks? And she was like, yeah. I was like, please do that. And so she introduced me to Carl. And Carl was like, yeah, April told me that you wanted one of these Axel Foley jackets. You know, you're a big Lions fan. You want to do this and do that. You know, and you know, tell me your size. I'll send you one and all that stuff. I said, no, man, I'll pay for it. He said, no, man, I'll send you one, man. That's no big deal. You know, you're from Michigan. You know, like me, I grew up in Flint, Michigan. You know, you grew up from Detroit. You know, Flint and Detroit is like cousins anyway. So, you know, I got you. No problem. I got you. And he was like, you know, he was like, so what do you do? And I was explaining to him at the time, you know, I was a buyer. You know, I did marketing, I did merchandising, you know, I did all that stuff. And, you know, he was like, well, you know, I'm about to restart Starter again. You know, we just got the license and we about to do Starter. And I said, what? He was like, yeah. He said, you know, we did a test runs and all the Foot Lockers and all that stuff. And, you know, it did pretty well. So now what I want to do is, you know, create some stuff. I said, well, I tell you what. If it's ever an opportunity for me to do some SMUs, which, you know, SMUs means special makeups. So if there's any time, you know, I can do SMU with you guys, you know, let me know, you know, and I would love to do SMU with you guys and you know, help market and branding on my end. And so he was like, really? He was like, okay. He said, what you know, what would you want to do? I said, man, just give me 3 teams. Just give me 3 teams. Give me Lions, Pistons, and Tigers. Let me do that. He was like, for real? Because in the back of my mind, I'm already thinking that I'm going to bring back the Isaiah Thomas ad. Because what I used to do when I was a kid, I used to cut out the old starter ads. They used to be in the magazine. So you'll see like Dr. J wearing one. You'll see Isaiah wearing one. You'll see James Worthy wearing one. You'll see all these guys wearing it. Lawrence Taylor. And I was like, yeah. I said, listen, I already got a story down packed for it. He was like, wow. I said, I'll bring back the old Sparky Anderson, Detroit Tiger, old English D, like how this is, but the Tiger one. And I'll bring back the old Detroit Lions one too. And so he was like, man, let's sit down and talk. And so we talked. We put some designs together. I told him the story, how I want to do stuff. And he was like, so, you know, for us to do an SMU, you have to do like a couple hundred jackets, you know, do that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay. So I had to go convince the people that owned at the time, Mr. Allen's, you know, and they was like, well, you sure this is sale? You sure you want to do this? I said, yeah, I want to do this. And they was a little reluctant on doing it because, you know, they was like, you know, that's a lot of jackets, you know, and how are we going to, you know, pull this off and do that? I said, listen, I got a whole game plan. So now we're talking 2004. No, we talking 2014. I'm sorry, 2014. So this is the height of the sneaker release craze. Where people was camping out, doing stuff like that. And I was like, wow, that's it. I said, I'm about to put a release date on it. And I'm going to tell a great story. And I had friends that was already playing for the teams anyway. And I knew a couple of entertainers and things like that. And I said, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. When we get these jackets in, I said, what's going to make it stand out even more is that I'm going to put my name in the jacket. And everybody was like, man, how vain, how arrogant. I said, no, listen. I got a whole concept of how I want to do it because what's going to make you want to buy this starter jacket opposed to what they already got in line anyway? So what's going to make them not buy this, but they want to buy this? And so I just want to get this going where I was like, you know what? Let me come up with a niche. Starter. Okay, everybody want to be a starter. Nobody want to sit on the bench. We all want to be a starter. And I was like, what can I say? Okay, bet. You got to show the inside of your jacket because if it's not a Tymopkins starter, your ass still on the bench. And that shit just took off like wildfire. He was like, you know, to the point where people would run up to me and open up their jackets. They're like, see, dog, I ain't on the bench. I'm starting. So I jumped ahead a little bit. So going back to what I'm saying with this. So the first jacket I did was the Isaiah Thomas jacket. And the one where he's sitting there, he got the high ass turtleneck on. So you know, if you Google it, you'll see the picture of him, and I think, you know, they called him the Motown Marvel. And I said, now what I got to do is try to get Isaiah in one. Now, if I get Isaiah in one, my whole plan is gonna fall, and it's gonna be perfect. So I'm real good friends with the original bad boy, Rick Mahorn. So I called Rick, and I said, Rick, I'm about to do this shit with Starter. And first word came out of his mouth, how much they paying? They better cut you a check. We ain't doing shit for free. And so when I tell him who was the president, so Rick and Carl Bank is good friends. He's like, oh man, yeah, man, no, let's get it done. No problem. Just let me know what you need me to do. I said, I gotta get one on Isaiah. He was like, done. He said, let me call Isaiah. 20 minutes later, he calls me like, done deal. Isaiah said, send it to him, and he's gonna take a picture of it and send you a picture. And I was like, fuck, okay. So now the next thing is this. Now, let me start leaking little pictures of what I'm about to do, and let me put a release date on it. And now, let me call in some of my favorites from the radio station, from DJs and all that stuff. So I had a certain allowance of jackets that I had to seed to people. So I gave some to some DJs. I gave some to some tastemakers, you know, people that was doing stuff. You know, I had them posted and all that, you know, give my guy Ty, you know, this jacket about to come out on Blase Splee Day, you know, make sure you get with him. Now, the cherry on top came when I posted Isaiah here. I needed, oh my God, that brings back so many memories. So one thing about retro stuff is, if it's done right, and we all can attest to this shit, when we see it done the right way, we get goosebumps. Because it triggers so many memories. And it's like, for a lot of us growing up, we couldn't afford to get it when it came out. So now it's like, now we're in a position where we can afford it. Guess what? I'm buying 2 or 3 pairs. Just because that validates my childhood, one, and it also validates whatever I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna wear one and I'm gonna put 2 up just in case they never come back out again. So when I saw the reaction of this shit, I was like, wow. And then the storage was calling the corporate office saying, what is this? They talking about a jacket. We've been getting calls all day for this jacket. Now, granted, we only did 150. So I was like, fuck, that ain't going to be enough. And they was like, are you crazy? What do you mean that's not going to be enough? Well, I hope we can sell 50 of them. I was like, don't worry about it. Stay out the way. Let me handle this. So days going on to the release date. I had people actually calling the store, coming up to me, saying, "Man, I can give you $500 if I get that jacket early." I said, "What?" I said, "Five? What size you wear?" No, I'm playing. I ain't do that. No, I ain't do that. I wanted to. What size you wear? Nah, I wanted to, but I didn't do it. I was like, man, I can't, man. I'm sorry, man. Tired, man. No, man, I need it. Here go 500 right now. Just make sure I get it now. Let me be the first with it so I can, show motherfuckers. Let me.
Want to stunt?
The way people do. I was like, damn, this shit is taking on a Jordan effect.
Right.
I mean, I had people calling me, emailing me, people from out of state that lived in Detroit but out of state now trying to order it. And the night before it happened, I just went home and I was like, I don't know what's about to happen, guy, but whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Let's go. So I'm driving to the office because the main store was across from the office. I saw all these cars in the parking lot because I got there like 2 hours early because I wanted to set up some stuff, have a nice display going, and greet the people that came in and buy it and all that stuff. And so we didn't open to 10. So I got there about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And when I'm looking, the parking lot was already filled. At least 50 to 60 cars out there. Couldn't nobody else parking on the side and the back. And there was a line wrapped around the fucking building. And I was like, what the? And it just took off ever since. Every jacket that came out, did this. I took pictures, sent a whole report to Starter. They couldn't believe it. Other retailers started calling Starter, asking, hey, how can we get that piston code? How can we get this? We got people calling our stores for this. And everything just went on from everything. And then, years later, a couple years after that, I did the Beverly Hills Cop edition, my own rendition of it. I did a satin one. And that took off because, one, Big Sean wore it during halftime of the Thanksgiving Day game here in Detroit. Mm-hmm. And then Fabulous reenacted the whole Beverly Hills Cop stance, leaning next against the Beverly Hills Cop sign, in Beverly Hills wearing the jacket. So, I've been blessed, man. I've been blessed that everything is just taking on a life of its own. Like I said, man, we'll be here all day. So we'll pick and choose of what we want to talk about with that, just so, we don't drag on with the conversation and all that stuff too. Because there's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of other stuff too. Like last year's Black History Month collection that everybody was wearing. That
was fire.
I fucked everybody up with it. I didn't tell nobody how I was doing it. I just did it. And what happened was I knew I was doing it, but I know how this industry is. They copycat what everybody doing, so I didn't leak it too soon of what was going on. And it was funny because I did this during the pandemic. Now this was the height of the pandemic. Right. And but almost like, it was the height of the pandemic and getting things going and all that. And we was releasing this in February. And I just recently lost my father. So I got to deal with that. I'm dealing with the anxiety of this pandemic and everything like that. So it was like everything that could have went wrong, as far as with me, as far as mentally, physically, everything. And even financially, because, just like a lot of us, we lost work. A lot of things, the whole Tymopkins brand didn't do anything what it was supposed to do in 2020. Like I was supposed to release boots. I was supposed to release sneakers. I was supposed to release an actual clothing line. A lot of stuff didn't happen because of the pandemic, shut down a lot of shit overseas. Right. So, when we did the Black History Month collection, I was honored and happy to team up with the Detroit Pistons to do it. So the Pistons was the lead story, but I also knew we had other teams and other cities and getting things going with that. So sometimes when you try to plan for something, it don't go well. A lot of the greatest things that happen when you just freestyle it and it just goes with the flow and you're just doing it. So I really messed up a lot of people with the people that was actually wearing the jacket. Like one day you saw Jeezy wear it. The next day, I fucked everybody up, and Justin Bieber had it on. Because I knew Justin, was from Toronto, so I made sure, the people there, young lady named Tex, she made sure that Justin Bieber had one. So, and then my man Newface in Atlanta, he made sure damn near everybody in Atlanta had it. Because if you look at it, you name somebody from Atlanta, they had that fucking jacket on, whether it was Jeezy, 2 Chainz, T.I., Brat, everybody. Everybody who's everybody had that fucking on. Fabo, everybody from Atlanta had that on. So, but I can honestly say this year's Black History Month jacket looks totally different, and this one is going to be big. It's going to be big. Just with the storytelling we got behind it and everything else.
Okay.
See what I'm saying, man? I go all day, man. I can go all day.
No, you good, brother. You good. Hey, just whatever you want to talk about, bro. Just talk about it. So, especially dealing with what you got, especially with the starter brand, because we're all starter fans. You know what I mean? So,
and that's what I wanted to do with it. I didn't want to make it corny. When I did when I do my collaborations, everything I do, I try to keep it classy. I try to keep it more organic. But with jackets, you got to tweak it sometimes. Sometimes you got to put a patch on here, there, different color hits and all that. Because, like I said, I didn't want to be that guy that we talk about when these shoes come out. Like, why he fuck that shoe up? Why he fuck that shoe up? Why he do that? God damn it! Why? We didn't need no straps or no zip ties or no rubber bands on that shit. Just put the shoe out.
Especially on them tubes, man.
Not disrespectful. Listen, the Retro Tubes is my favorite shoe of all time, and I am so hurt that when I'm like, why? But that's their blessing. That's their blessing. That's their blessing. God bless.
Right.
My man, Beard Jedi said, bring back the St. Louis Spirit stuff.
You know what? Right now, the ABA license is underneath the NBA Hardwood Classic stuff, and right now, Starter doesn't have an official license to do Hardwood Classic stuff because for years I've been trying to do that. Along, like my dream is to really bring back the USFL collection too. Because here in Michigan we had the Michigan Panthers, and I think in Alabama you guys had the Birmingham Stallions as the USFL team. So it's so much stuff that I want to do, man. It's the Chicago Blitz, the Oakland Invaders, the Philadelphia Stars. Those were some of them and hockey got some of the dopest logos ever.
Facts. Facts.
And old school baseball, like that Seattle Mariner hat you got on. That's so dope.
They actually supposed to be bringing back the USFL. Yeah, they supposed to be bringing that back.
Yeah.
So that'll be dope if they can come back with their original teams.
I can't talk too much, but I can't talk Fox on them. So we got to talk with Fox and all that stuff. So
okay.
And the funny question about that hat is, like, a lot of things that we want to bring back that we can't because it triggered like in inner cities. Like for example, like that Seattle Mariner hat. We was getting it was kids getting killed wearing that hat because it represented a gang back in the day. Because they look at the folks and all that stuff and all that. Just like one of the sweetest starter jackets to me ever. And I see it every once in a while when they show the episode on A Different World, and it's that old school Washington Bullets starter jacket, the red one with the bullets across there. Yeah. But they won't do it because of the name Bullets. And at that time, Washington was the murder capital of the world. Washington D.C. was. So that's why the NBA made them change their name.
So let me ask you this real quick. I have an old starter jacket right here, but it's not a team. It's not a team starter jacket.
Okay.
I'll show you the patch.
Okay.
Let me put this.
Yep, rugged terrain. Yep.
So are they planning on doing anything like this?
Stay tuned because it's coming. It's coming.
Which you don't see this. You don't see this type of starter jacket too often.
And you know what? I'm gonna touch on that part too. We revamped that whole rugged terrain collection last year. Well, no, in 2019, and we actually showed it in 2020. But the pandemic came and messed it up. So what I'll do is I'll send y'all pictures of it. Yeah, the whole logo and all that. We did all that with bubble vest. We did the bubble vest, the thick flannel, all that stuff. Yep.
That's right. You had it on your IG page.
Yep. So that's part of the Rugged Terrain collection that we're doing with that. So that's definitely coming for sure. Definitely coming 2022 for sure.
Yeah, because I love that jacket, man. I had that jacket from all the way from high school, and it still fits.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. That means you know, a lot of us. I can't wear the clothes I wore in high school. You know,
right? Oh, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I have one question. I have one more question for you. You know how Nike has like the Nike ID, and you have these different shoe brands where you can create your own type jacket. Right. Would you see Starter doing anything like that?
No, because the only reason why is because of production. Because they do so much mass production, so it's not like you know, like right now I'm actually working on fall 2022 right now. About to start working on 2023. So, you know, with that, and meaning that it's so hard to get stuff approved from NBA, NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and college. It takes almost 3 months to even get anything approved, as far as design wise. That even I do. It takes 3 to 4 months to even get that approved. Because let's just say if I did the old school vintage Fernando Valenzuela Los Angeles zip up Dodger starter jacket, but I wanted to do it black and white, they'd be like, nah, we don't want to do that. The Dodgers may say, no, we don't want to do that. Major League Baseball will be like, yeah, you got to keep that one core colors. So it's just so much stuff to do that I don't even think it could feasibly even be done to do an ID check. Because now you talk about,
like I wouldn't say like a ID for like teams. Just have like Starter on the front, and then you can like create your own colorway or something like that. Not necessarily doing teams, because I know you have to go through licensing and all that type of stuff. But you know, just like a regular basic satin Starter jacket with just Starter on the front, the Starter logos on it, and then you know you could maybe like do your sleeves one color, do the base one color, not have it like anything extravagant. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know, just something kind of like that.
Yeah, I just think that production-wise, that they don't have any U.S. factories that they can hurry up and do a quick turn on it. You know, everything is done overseas, and like I said, it's done in mass because I don't know if you guys are familiar with the company G3. G3 is the company that owns Starter, so G3 does a lot of stuff, you know, on their own stuff that sells millions of units to like Home Shopping Network, you know, QVC, stuff like that, Fanatics and things like that too. That I don't think that they're even looking at that scale yet, but you never know. But as far as like now, I wouldn't see that happening because that would be a very minute picture for them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got something then. So what about, you know, one of our brothers in the chat just mentioned this. What about the pinstripe button-down Starter jerseys that they used to have back in the 90s?
So
what about those?
2022. It was supposed to come out this year, but COVID once again pushed back a lot of stuff because, to be honest with you, this year is the 50th anniversary of Starter. Starter came out in 1971. So we had all kind of shit coming out. All kind of shit to celebrate the anniversary. So we had, a lot of people don't understand that we had the overall short set that was coming out.
Ooh.
We had all that stuff. We had all that stuff. The Rugged Terrain stuff was going to come out, like I said, but COVID just pushed a lot of stuff back in. The factory just shut down, and it's just now opening back up again. So it really fucked up the 50th anniversary of it. Because we every key piece that you can imagine, we were going to bring it back. Like the pinwheel hats, we had something that we was going to do with Jazzy Jeff, where he was going to reenact the whole Starter commercial with
okay, then.
Twist the hat. You make sure it's a Starter hat, you know, things like that. So we was going to react all that stuff. We had so much shit planned for the 50th anniversary, but COVID messed it up, and you're going to see stuff twinkling in. So the short set was that because it was team color, and then they did a whole white one too with the pinstripes.
Right.
You know, so You know, it's coming. Anything that you could have thought of Starter was going to do, we was going to do it. Like back in the day, we did. Was Starter used to do the sublimated sweatshirts back in the day. They had like the sailboats on it, the ski patrol thing. So all that stuff, all that stuff was going to come back out, but COVID messed up a lot of things. So yeah,
Right.
and that's the one thing.
But go ahead.
The one thing I do appreciate Starter does, and Carl Banks does, that they listen. They don't try to redesign anything because they know that their vault is impeccable. You know, I go back there, I look at some of the old catalogs, and I look at all the old samples, and I just get goosebumps the whole time I'm there. And it's just the smell of it. It's just like, damn, this is it. And you just start thinking of stuff. You start thinking about girls. You start thinking about music. You start thinking about all kind of stuff. You know, cars. You think about all that stuff comes back, and I get so passionate with it. That's why, you know, when I go there, I spend a lot of time in there. You know, and you know their vault smell like the old moldy basement. You know how the basement smell get when you have stuff in storage, and that's how it smells because it's all original pieces. Some of them then dry rotted. Some of them is just hanging on by a thread and then dry rotted and all that stuff. So, but that's the one thing that I do respect about Carl Banks and I respect about Starter is that they listen.
Right.
We also got one more. Beard also want to know any chance of Starter with a Negro League collab.
You know what? We've been fighting that because for years I've been trying to get a Detroit Star collection going with them, and you know I got a little leadway with them because we here in Detroit, you know we have a Negro League weekend here, and we got it coming up, and I have an official meeting with the Tigers about doing that. It's just that the MLB really don't take advantage of that license because MLB own the rights to the Negro League, so they really don't take advantage of that. They thinking because they do one or two hats that they're doing us a favor, but they don't understand that, you know, it could be bigger than the one thing that I'm looking at it where, you know, and I kind of gotta watch what I say about certain things, but I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because that's who I am. I think that Major League Baseball is scared that this may take away attention to what they're doing in line now currently, and they don't want any competition, if that makes sense. So I know if I was to ever do a Detroit Star jacket and hat, it would outsell a Detroit Tiger jacket, hat, and jacket 3-1. And really, Major League Baseball don't make a lot of money on that. They make more money on current teams and all that.
Gotcha.
You know, that's why
Current
that's why when you see, like, you know, which I didn't even understand, even with NBA, once a team give up the right to use that logo, they can't use it for like 5 to 10 years, and then they got to reapply to use the logo again. You know, that's why you see teams like the Mariners starting to use their old school stuff. The San Diego Padres is going back to the brown and yellow again, you know, but you don't see them, you know, do a lot of stuff, you know, and I just think that if I was to do a Detroit Star collection, it would be bigger than any Tiger collection that I could ever do. And I've done some big Tigers collections, but because you know that's what people want because it means something in here to a lot of us.
Oh, go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say, so I have a question. When it comes to the NCAA jackets, like, will we see those coming back? Because when that Hurricanes jacket came out, Jesus Christ.
I got in so much trouble for that. I got in trouble.
For real?
I got in trouble because you got to look at it like this. The NCAA, and once again, I don't care. I'm going to say it. They greedy. You know, they care more about the school than the actual whatever it is. You know, that's why, you know, for years, like, you know, one of my good friends, like my brother, we've been knowing each other almost over 30 years now, is Jalen Rose. So me and him used to catch the bus to go to high school together. So I seen firsthand that whole Fab Five craze. I was there. I went to all the tournament games. I was there behind the scenes, all that stuff. And these guys was actually broke, like didn't have nothing, but Nike made so much money off of them with the Huaraches. Nike made from 1992 to 94, we talking millions and millions of dollars of Nike product off the Fab Five.
Mm-hmm.
And especially black Nike socks. They sold so many black Nike socks. It was crazy. And you know, and I watched them struggle, legitimately struggle. You know, while you know, it's a scene in the Fab Five documentary where Jalen is like, you know, they went to a basketball tournament in Chicago, and they walked by Nike Town, and they got the picture of the Huarache in there spinning around, showcase, and clear as day, Fab Five Huarache. But they didn't make no money off that stuff. Michigan Apparel to this day, is selling because of the Fab Five. Georgetown Apparel is selling to this day. Right. So
I'm still looking.
Hold on. I'm working.
That's all I need to know, man.
Hold on.
Patience, grasshopper.
Well,
hey, I got plenty of it.
Because next year is the 30th anniversary of the
Right.
Fab Five. Hold on.
Say less.
We may have to do a breaking. We may have to do a breaking news podcast one day with you guys, so I can show some stuff and log off. But I'm gonna show it and I'm gonna walk away.
Just say the word.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Say the word.
Especially now, especially now, the inner circle is cool. You know, so. No, but yeah, no.
We are here for you. We are here for you, my friend.
The inner city, man. I mean, the NCAA, man. They hated that I did that fucking that Hurricanes because I did the green one and I did the white one.
Yeah.
So for me to do the green one, I couldn't do Hurricanes across the chest. I had to put a bird on the chest. I was like, hell no. If I'm not doing the Luke one, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Because
when we see it, we think Luke. Two live
crew. Yep, absolutely.
Exactly.
Gold
chain.
Hey,
I got my chain. I got my chain ready and everything.
Yeah. So when I did it, you know, they was like, we didn't approve this. You just went renegade, and you know that's the image we're not trying to see. You know, well, what are you trying to say now? Watch how you talk to me.
I was gonna say, what image? What are they talking about?
See, that's what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. What kind of what image? What do you mean? This is y'all history. You know, what are you really trying to say? Well, no, you mean no. I don't know what you mean. Well, okay. Well, we're gonna let this one go. Okay, just let's just make sure all the T's and I's, everything is crossed before we put anything else out there. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what I thought because y'all was about to go down a slippery slope because I know what y'all want to say. And just like with the Georgetown one, like. I want to do all three colors. I want to do that white Georgetown again, and I want to do that silver Georgetown again. They only let me do the blue one. To this day, I can't do UNLV, and I want to do the running rebel.
Damn.
UNLV won't allow it to be done.
Listen,
damn.
UNLV one.
They're gonna hit.
Listen,
or
Larry
Carolina,
Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
And you know what? One of my friends played on that championship team, Anderson Hunt. He from Detroit.
Yep,
and he was MVP. So and the one out and Duke won't let me do a jacket.
Wow.
They just don't want to relive that history. Is that the problem? I mean,
I don't know. We ask them all the time, like, well, we usually don't, go back. We keep it forward and all that. I said, listen, and at this time I was cool with Grant Hill, so I like, listen, we're gonna get Grant Hill. We're gonna celebrate the 90, the 30-year anniversary of the 90 team. And then also too, I want to do Carolina.
That's gonna be nasty.
I had the sweetest one I was gonna do because it was gonna be that white Carolina jacket with North Carolina on the same way how it looked on Jordan jersey.
On the jersey, yeah. Crazy.
with the Argyle pattern on the wrist and neck.
Yo, what? What?
Oh man,
Wow.
you trying to kill him, man? You trying to kill him?
No, and listen. I was gonna do this 3 years ago when the white and Carolina blue ones came out. To go with that jacket, I was gonna do it with
Right.
that. With the Carolina blue 11s gonna come out.
Listen,
like,
NCAA needs to just go ahead and let that happen because
Florida
Missed
State.
opportunities, man. Missed opportunities.
Yes,
So,
because I
you know
have
what I'm
I
saying?
have the Syracuse starter jacket, and every time I wear it, people are like, "Yo, that I remember those days with the Big East patch," and I'm like, "Bro,
Which one? Which one again?
I have a Syracuse starter jacket. Like I have a bunch of starter jackets."
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I tried to do that one, and my big brother is Derek Coleman. That's my guy. I even had him call the university to even get a temporary license. Be like, listen, we're gonna do this for my foundation. I want to. It was like, well, you know what? We usually don't do that logo no more. We moved on. We're doing this now. And he was like, what the fuck? That I was gonna listen, man. I was gonna do a whole 90 pack. I was gonna do the Georgia Tech Kenny Anderson one.
Yo, don't do that to me.
No, listen.
Don't do that to me.
Listen, I was gonna do the Georgia Tech.
Oh, I'm about to sign off.
Remember the one Fife Dog used to wear with the GT and all that stuff?
Yes.
Listen, I'm from Queens. I remember that, man.
Because I'm just like, what y'all mean? Y'all won't let me do this? That. Who else? I want to do the old school Villanova. I want to do the old school Louisville one.
Ooh.
All that shit. All that. Because you know what? All that reminds me of back in the day. Like,
Yeah.
No, put it like this. Because it was starter jackets, and then another brand that killed the college game back in the day too was called The Game.
Right. Yeah, they had the big G as the logo.
T-shirts with the circle logo,
Yes.
Yeah, I used to love them hats back them college hats with the circle on it in cursive on the side with the game. Yeah. Oh yeah, I used to love them hats right there.
I had a UNLV hat. Yeah.
All that stuff, man. It's just like, wow. And I just couldn't understand it. I was like, listen, just let me do Carolina, UNLV, Duke, Michigan, Syracuse. Oh, and another one I couldn't do was Florida or Florida State. Or Villanova.
Oh, really?
Or Villanova. Michigan has been getting a little lenient lately and let me do stuff. Michigan State has, so and the Georgetown one I had to, that was something. And then I hated it. I felt like I disrespected my religion. I did Ohio State one.
Oh, see, we got to take two steps back, man, with that one. Now, a Michigan fan does not like Ohio State.
As I said, I felt like I went against my religion, Ohio State. But but you know what? The older I get now, I'm not as competitive as I used to be with it because some of my best friends went to Michigan State, some of my good friends went to Ohio State.
Right.
And to be honest with you, when it comes to football, I really can't boast and brag anymore because Ohio State owns us.
Yeah, they could be. Yeah.
But yeah. So no, man, the whole ISIS deal is so much stuff that I wish I could do, man. That I can't like certain things I can't do with a Yankees jacket. Certain things, oh my God, certain things I cannot do. The Yankees and the Raiders. And the Raiders.
Bruh.
Like if I want to do a sweet ass color or I want to do something, no.
Let me ask you this: so is the NCAA as a whole won't let you do anything, or is it just certain schools? Because I'm from the country, man. I'm from the country, man. I would love to see an old school Alabama starter jacket from back in the day.
I know. It's certain schools. Yep. And to be honest with you too, it's like to be honest with you, it's all about the money because it's an organization. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. It's an organization. And it's an agency that represents these right here. That's underneath one umbrella that you got to get permission to do. And when I tell you these teams and colleges, you're going to be like, wow. It's like legalized racketeering. Duke, Yankees, North Carolina, Cowboys, and Raiders are underneath one umbrella. One umbrella.
Damn.
So the universities ain't really got nothing to do with those. It's an agency that'd be like, well, if you do it, we got to charge you this amount. And so if I was to do a Carolina or a Duke jacket, it'd probably be $500 just from the royalties, just from the royalties and the license.
Right.
And see, not even with me. You know, people used to always wonder why sports license stuff costs so much money. Let's just take, for instance, that jersey you got on, that Mariners jersey, that's Ken Griffey, right?
Right.
So listen, we about to count how many people got to get paid from that before you even go to productions. The team got to get paid.
Of course.
The baseball players union got to get paid. Ken Griffey Jr. got to get paid. And Mitchell and Ness got to get paid. So you got 4 people that got hands on it before it even gets to you to even make it to sell it to the public. So that's why that jersey is $300, $350, $300.
Wow. I believe it though.
And that's why sports license shit costs so much money. So much money. Like the Pistons jersey. The Pistons got to get paid for it. The Players Union got to get paid for it. AI got to get paid for it. Which it should be a Chauncey jersey, but AI got to get paid for it. And then Mitchell and Ness. So when you look at a jersey, just think that 4 people are eating off of that. 4 people, besides the retailer.
Let me ask you this also. I know, like certain companies, they make, like, you got Nike, they make jerseys for a team. Reebok might make jerseys, or Adidas might make jerseys. Do you think they have a hand in that also, because they don't want Start or anything making more money than them?
Of course.
Doing that. Okay.
Of course. So that's why. So that's why these leagues make so much money off the people who makes them. So therefore, it's like with Starter, we can't do any Hardwood Classic stuff because Mitchell Ness owns the rights to that until I think 2024. Then the license is back up again. Then you got to put in your bid. Then you got to put in an amount, how much you'll pay to get the license to do it and all that stuff. It's big business in that. So yeah, so that's why Nike paid all that money to be a part of MLB jerseys, which to me, I'm not a fan of MLB jerseys now because they make it with that dry fit material, and I don't like that. You know, I like the old school, I like the old school heavy jersey. The only mesh jersey I want is like the batting practice jersey.
Ty, the Majestic jerseys, that's the only jerseys I like. I don't really care for the
what? Majestic changed their ways about 3 years ago, and then they did transfer over to the dry fit, and that's when I was you know what, I'm done. You know, so I'm an authentic guy. You know, so I want to see that stuff. So
I love those Majestic jerseys, bro. I love those Majestic jerseys.
Yes. So that's why you'll see that Nike paid such and such $100 million for a 5-year license deal to do NFL, NBA. Adidas paid this amount of money to do NHL. So it could be a billboard for them. Before then, it wasn't no logo on baseball jersey. Now you see the swoosh on the baseball jersey.
Yeah, exactly. Only thing you had the little mountain thing with the Majestic right here.
That's it, the Majestic.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it seemed like when I don't. It seemed like the later Majestic jerseys and the new Nike jerseys are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like.
Because Major League Baseball wanted them to do this dry fit cooling jersey, but they didn't understand they killed so many sales with that. They killed a lot of sales with that because
it ain't the same.
They flimsy, they lightweight.
Yeah. They fit funny. They look weird when you wear them. Yeah, I'd rather have, like you said, the batting practice jersey.
Yeah,
or the older jerseys.
Yeah. So even with now, even with the current team jerseys, like basketball jerseys, they all fucking girdle fit.
Yeah, they damn sure is.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Like,
they ain't made for big guys. They ain't made for big guys. I tell you that.
Yeah,
no, sir. They not
the extra medium fit.
I tell people all the time. That ain't a 3X. That shit is a 3X medium.
Yeah.
I put on a basketball jersey. I look like the Michelin Man. You see the rolls and all that.
Hey, my wife ordered me a Mitchell and Ness Jordan jersey, and when I tell you this, I got the right size, but it's just it is really no
It's
give.
It's boxy. It's boxy.
Man,
Yeah, very boxy.
That's how it was with the Georgetown Iverson jersey, the Mitchell Ness Georgetown. I put that bad boy on, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm looking like the sausage case. What's going on here?"
Like
man.
a
He said the Michelin man.
He's a lampshade.
I mean, and with Mitchell and Ness, it's either you're gonna look like the Michelin man or you're gonna look like a lampshade. That shit gonna box out on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one is an older one, so this one fits a lot better. You know what I mean? And it's a little bit thicker, but yeah.
And that's the wool one, right? Is that
it.
wool or is that wool or nylon?
It's wool.
Yeah,
it's that thick. It's that thick stuff. Yeah, that's the thick stuff. I love this jersey right here, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So what else you got, Black?
Quick. You said something about Derek Coleman, real quickly. Derek Coleman is
about the Big K.
Nah.
The diamond.
I got some, but not his.
Okay.
Derek Coleman is my wife's cousin.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Alabama,
so,
right?
he's yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, I just wanted to throw that in there right quick. Let's touch on y'all through a starter.
And just touch on one more thing.
Go ahead.
We try to do that. Me and DC try to get that New Jersey net jacket done because last year was the 30th anniversary of him being the number 1 pick in the '90 draft, and he was holding that Ness jacket. The NBA wouldn't let us do it because it was
they got the shooting jacket out. They got the shooting jacket out, which I don't like it because it's that screen print shit.
But I want to do the actual jacket. They was like, well, y'all don't have the Hardwood Classic, license to do it. So if it has to be done, it'd be done with Mitchell and Ness. And I'm like, I'm not doing that shit.
No.
So if you think about it, think about this. It was so much shit that we was gonna do for the 50th, especially when it came to the two things you got when you got in from 90 to 96 in the draft, NBA draft. You got the sports specialty snapback with the script on it, and you got a starter jacket. And you got a starter jacket that you held. Like Patrick Ewing held one up when he got drafted. Dikembe Mutombo held one up. Penny, Chris Webber, they all held them boys. So we was gonna reenact that whole thing, but since we don't have a Hardwood Classic account, we can't do it. You know, so wasted opportunity.
So would that be
nostalgia?
Would that be hard to get?
Somebody, huh?
Would that license be hard to get?
Well, we can't do it because, like I said, Mitchell and Ness owns the rights to do Hardwood Classics.
Oh, okay.
So you know,
I got you.
Yeah,
exclusive.
So
exclusive.
So they would do the jacket.
You know, they won't let us do that, but they'll let. I don't want to talk about it. We get you, man.
We get you.
They'll let Blind Flea do something with fucking with fur and rhinestones on it, a fucking Knicks jacket with stuff like that. So
bedazzled.
Because it's culture, and they forget about heritage.
So I have a question. Out of all the jackets you've done, what would be your top 3 favorite jackets you've done?
Okay, so the one that started it all would be the Piston jacket. Will be the Isaiah Thomas Piston one because that started the whole phase of everything. In no particular order. And one I did. It's a tie between last year's Black History Month one because of the meaning behind it and the way that it took off in the pandemic and everything else. Then another one I did a 1968 Detroit Tiger jacket, and I had the great Willie Horton co-sign on it. He wore it. We did a tribute to him with it too, so that meant a lot because it was personal. And probably the number one, believe it or not, the number one jacket. And it's so funny that, you know, I always talk about this, you know, and me and my wife were just talking about this the other day. It's the old school Philadelphia, Dr. J Philadelphia 76er one, because that was the actual first starter jacket I ever had in my life. Ever. The red one that has Sixer going across right
in
there.
the block letters.
Yeah, yeah.
I had that as a kid. Yeah.
And the reason why, because I was 13 years old with it, and here in Detroit, if somebody walks up to you and be like, "What size is that jacket?"
Oh,
that's a sweet jacket. What size is that? And you just put your head down. You already know. You already know you're about to hear 3 words. And if anybody on here from Detroit, they already know what these 3 words is. Check it in. So they'd be like, check it in. And I only had that jacket maybe a week. And it got checked in. And let me tell you full circle. 20 plus years later, I was able to recreate that same jacket and put it out through Starter.
Wow.
So that means a lot to me. And I was like, I bet they won't steal this one. They ain't gonna get this one. You know, and when I did the jacket, it was called the Check It In collection. And I told them
okay, you flipped that.
You flipped the script. That's crazy.
So, like I said, it came full circle where I got robbed for it, but then years later I recreated it and put it back out again.
Use that as inspiration.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because once everything started going, I was like, you know what, I'm about to redo that Sixer jacket, and we're gonna call it Check It In collection.
Damn, and you can't even do it now because of the Hardwood Classic license.
That was before the Hardwood Classic license went into it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yep.
Damn it, Mitchell and Ness.
Yeah.
It's fucking up everything, man.
See what I'm saying? Three words. See what Fila Fresh said? 3 words you never want to hear. You in Detroit, check it in. Or they ask you, like, damn, that's sweet. What size is that? There you go. It's yours. Your size.
Yeah.
Here you go. Your size.
So we got a comment in the chat. Is there any way that he said it's a Proline jacket? It was an original 49ers jacket from back in the day. You know anything about that?
Well, you know what? Proline did different stuff. So Proline was an actual brand that sub-licensed companies like remember Pro Player?
Yeah.
Pro Player
has the lightning bolt.
Yep. Pro Player did Lions, did Starter, did Sports Specialty and all that stuff. So actually, especially with those, that was just a division of the NFL license. So for you to see that, you knew it was official.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he said on one of the arms it says NFL Pro Line made by Starter.
Yep. And so like you'll see one that say Pro Line by Pro Player, or you'll see Pro Line by New Era, Pro Line by Sports Specialty. You know, that right there was just the official stamp, let you know that it was official NFL product.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. You got any other questions, Katie?
I can't think of any right now.
Oh, we got to do part 2 and 3 of this. Trust me, because next time we do it, we got to start something where we do this once a month, because I got so much stuff coming. Once a month, we got to do something like this.
Hey, say less then.
Well, we can call it. Well, we can call it Starter Sunday.
Hey, say less.
Hey, hashtag Starter Sunday. It's on.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. You started something now.
Yeah.
Well, man, let me tell you something, man.
What they say? Don't tempt us. Don't tempt us.
I got them all day. Like I said, when we first did this, I already knew we was going to do 3 or 4 because I got so much history and so much arsenal coming. We just couldn't do one because, as a matter of fact, my low battery just came up on my phone. So I already knew that this wasn't going to be one and done.
Hey man, go get your charger real quick. Go ahead and plug it up, man. We ain't finished yet.
We ain't gonna hold him too long, man. You ain't gonna hold him too long.
No, this just the beginning. Let's give him just a taste, because the next one we're gonna, and then later on when stuff come to fruition, and when the stuff really get going again, what I want to do is get with you guys, do some giveaways too, some of your viewers.
Appreciate it. We got good, real quick, Beard Jedi in the chat. He said, "What's your take on bootlegs?
It bootleg what? Because there's a lot of stuff out there that's bootleg. If y'all talking about sneaker, that's a whole other, you know.
I think man, he was talking about like maybe like jerseys, you know, because you know back in the day when Mitchell and Ness first came out, they was bootleg like crazy. Do you ever see starter bootlegs? Do you ever see starter bootlegs?
All the time I see them where the letters look way too big and the starter logo on the other sleeve and all that stuff. But now, guess what? Bootlegs seem like they get praised more than actual inline stuff now. I've never, especially when it comes to touchy subject, especially when it comes to sneakers. It's like, you know, back when I was growing up, you get clowned if you wore some looking like something.
Facts.
You know, Pro Wings was the kiss of death back in the days when I grew up. Like you didn't want to go outside if you had on Pro Wings. They say, them looking like, them lookalikes, them look like Mikes. Now I'm like, it's the shit to have knockoff something. Once again, I can't judge nobody, but
yeah, that you do you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just as long as they don't start knocking off McDonald's French fries, I'm okay.
McTots, let's go.
Hell, even McDonald's was knocked off. McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah, McDonald's, exactly. Hey, we got a question from TikTok.
Home of the Big Mick.
You want to know about the Billy Sparks Detroit Tigers hat that was in
Purple Rain. Yeah. You know what? They did that a couple years ago. But it wasn't the actual. What it was a trucker hat that had the D right here and had Detroit Tigers going down the sides, like the old school panel hats.
Right.
So they did those, but it wasn't like how the one Billy Sparks wore. But no, they did do those before. But they didn't know anything. They ain't know shit about Billy Sparks. They did them for all the teams.
Right.
Yeah. So
gotcha.
You know it was a full collection with them.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
So I got one real quick.
Okay.
Can you touch on your Fila collab that you had going on that you was talking about earlier?
Well, I did two of them. I was blessed enough to do two of them with Fila. And then I'll touch on it, and then the next time we'll go deeper into it because I'll bring the actual shoe that we can show it and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
And this will probably be a perfect way to end it because we'll leave it as that for them to come back. So
gotcha.
I was blessed enough here that to release, like, back in the day here in Detroit, even to this day, like one of the most popular shoes ever in Detroit was the Adidas Top 10. Even to this day, and I got a story about that too. So that's the one that I don't know if y'all drink or whatever. That's the one we're gonna have to pour shots on.
Okay.
Pour up on, exactly.
What's your drink of choice? What's your drink of choice, real quick?
Well, you know what, man. I'm simple. I like Tito's, so
okay.
Tito's and lemonade, ginger ale, and Red Bull all mixed together. So
Go ahead.
So when that phase kind of went away a little bit, a shoe came about called the Fila Tennis, and in Detroit we used to call them the Dope Boys, Dope Mans, because that was the first shoe that was ever over $100. They was we call them the Dope Boys, we call them 105s because they was $105 at the taxes. So they were like, oh, we got the 105s on, so that's when Fila really took off, and Fila Fresh 313 can contest to all that as well too. So I was able to do a Detroit version of that and release it on March 13th, which is Detroit 313 Day, because March 13th, 313. And, I put a little Detroit touch onto it. I did, I put a gator print on there. I did green because I wanted to represent the Welcome to Detroit sign, which is green and white, and all the street signs here in Detroit are green and white. So I did a whole story with that. And the second one I did was, it was the Fila one, the Grant Hill one, Grant Hill 96, and no 95, Grant Hill 95, and I was lucky enough to team up with Grant to actually do this shoe. He wore it, when he was hosting Inside Stuff, and I put it in the mold of the old school piston color, like the teal and the maroon and the yellow and all that stuff, and I had a clear sole with the fire coming out of it, and it had patent leather and pony hair on it. So that one took fire as well too, and it's a story behind that. So that's another drinking story. So we got to come back and drink a lot and talk about this stuff.
I can't find that sneaker, man. I was trying to find that sneaker when it came out, man. I cannot find that sneaker.
Get it.
That shoe went crazy, and then we only did like 200 pair of those, and they sold out within minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I actually did a starter jacket to match it. The same. So
I remember the starter jacket. Yeah.
I couldn't get either.
Neither one of them. Yeah, exactly. Man.
Yep. Okay. I thought Felix had those. He said he need those. I thought he had them. So
you would think he would have it, man. Feel it fresh, man. That's the feel of God right there to me.
Yep. So we got some stuff. We got some stuff in the works that we're gonna talk about with you guys, and we're gonna leak some shit with y'all too. So we locked in. We locked in because
most
like
definitely.
I said, man, I'm a big fan of y'all's, man. I love what y'all doing, man. Y'all give me goosebumps with some of the stuff. I mean, especially when y'all post the Delta Forces and all that stuff, man. That's the one shoe I wish I could find again. That's the one shoe, the white and blue.
You want to show him what you got real quick, Black?
He showed him before me.
He already know, man. You know what I got.
He posted.
Okay.
Oh, and I saw on website. I saw on one website they going for like $800.
Yeah, they up there, man. They up there. Like I had a. Nah, it's not mine. I'm not selling mine because they so hard. They so hard to get, man.
Yeah, he cracked my head one day. He cracked my head. He said, "Oh, you talking about these old things? You talking about these?" I said, "Motherfucker."
Yeah, he's low key.
I was about to come there and ask him what size are those.
Check it in, Black. Check it
in.
No, sir. Yeah, man. Like, hey, those shoes are so hard to find, bro.
And they still in great condition.
Exactly. Both of my pair. I had 5 pair, and I got rid of 3, and I kept 2.
What size are they?
The ones I had 2 of them that was size 11, and the other 2 were, and the other one was. But see, I had one, but it wasn't the color that you wanted. You wanted the blue, and I had the black. I had white and black.
Like I want those. I want the Air Force 2s to come again. I want the Alpha Forces to come again. They came with the 89s. Don't, man. Bye. I'm gone. Bye. Don't do it. Bye. Oh, you talking about these? Just so happens.
Hey, man.
I got these laying around. You're talking about these things? Yeah, these are. Yeah, I wear these on Tuesday. Just in case.
I did these yesterday.
And he still got the Nike tag on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. If you know me, man, I love to when I go out and buy stuff that's vintage. I gotta have it like it was when it first came out that year. You know what I mean? Like these.
See, here you go. He trying too. He trying really hard. See, you mean like these? Look.
Like these, it came with the tag. It came with the booklet. I still got the box. I mean, if it ain't, and then these are wearable. I made these wearable. What they call dog?
Okay, we see it. Damn. Yeah. Damn, we see it. Oh, you mean it's like this? See this, and
All right, then. Okay, then.
Well,
yeah, but they have tried to come back out with certain shoes, but once again, they put straps.
They fuck them up.
They put straps and zippers and zip ties and.
But that's that's for the I guess that's for the new millennials. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Terrible.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep it simple.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not 313. No, I'm not.
Yeah, he is. He do it so.
No, I'm not.
Honest.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. He be low key trolling.
When he heard me say Delta Force, he was ready right there. He had one in the chamber.
Look, when you say a Delta Force, I was like this inside.
Right. He was like, oh, just so happened I was about to put these on today, but I decided to I mean these old things. But
you're not a fan of the 89 or Delta Force, are you?
Yeah. I sure am. Oh yeah, I know. He just can't help it. What you got?
Hey, real quick, Ty, before we let you go, when you said you bought them Air Flight 89s, what did you think about the quality on those?
It wasn't like the same, and
Thank you.
But that's the closest we're gonna get without it having a zip tie or a rubber band on it or anything on it. So I just, just like the white and red ones had the black tongue, and I'm like,
yeah, man, I hated that.
I'm gonna buy them. But and it's just just like when the Revolutions came out a couple years ago, they had the mesh on the right there where the toe and the tongue starts, and I was like, why is that white? Back in the day,
it's not a true high top either. It's almost like a damn near low top now. They didn't every time they release that shoe, the height of it just comes down even lower, and I hate that shit, man. I really do.
I know. I just, I really want to see them to bring back the Air. Well, you know what? They did try to bring back the Air Alpha Force, but it was all right. That's a whole other subject. But God bless them. That was their opportunity. One day maybe we'll get in the game. Maybe you never know.
I'm ready, man. Right. I love to be a liaison. I tell them what to bring out and how to bring it out. And shit.
There you go. I got
That's fact on everything.
Well, fellas, I appreciate y'all.
I was gonna say we at the hour and a half mark. We appreciate, bro. This was
definitely
dope.
a part 2 and 3.
You done started something, bro.
Yes, you did.
You definitely started something.
That's what I'm saying. We just can't do one. No, it's lock in, man. We about to do a trilogy of these.
That's right.
Most definitely.
Right.
Just let us know when you're ready to come back on.
I got some real stories to talk about.
We here to listen to them. So, most definitely tap in with us whenever you're ready to come back on. All you got to do is just say the word, and it's on. That's all I'm gonna say. Just let us know when you're ready to come back on, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. Continue to stay
if you
want to continue blessings, huh?
Shout your stuff out real quick. You know what I mean? Let them know about your foundation. Stuff like that. Where they can find you at. Where they can find if you got merch. Where they can find your merch at.
Well, right now the merch is not ready yet. We in the process of getting stuff going. I drop a little special capsules. Like I had some T-shirts that I dropped, but I only dropped like 40 or 50 of them. They sell out, and that's it. I keep it moving. But I would say definitely stay locked to y'all because a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about on this. You can always reach me on Instagram at Tymopkins, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it is. And then, just stay tuned because this is just the beginning with y'all.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate y'all, man. Continue blessings, man. Stay safe, man.
Same to you, brother. Appreciate you again, man. You have a blessed weekend and, blessed rest of the night, bro. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Man.
Wow.
What else can you say?
Exactly.
What else can you say, man? What else can you say? Did you want to show your pickup?
That was dope.
You want to show your pickup? Show what you got? Thank you, 313 KB, Q the Queen. Appreciate everybody in the chat.
Yeah, man. Appreciate the love from the chat, man. Everybody.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with us, man. Katie,
yeah.
you got y'all doing a show? Y'all ain't doing a show this Wednesday.
No, we're on break until July 14th. July 14th, season 14 premiere.
Gotcha.
You got to pick up. You got to pick up. You want a show?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm content for the night, man.
You got something real quick, huh?
Man, I got a couple things, but we can save them for later on, man. I'm riding high off this show, man. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying, man. I'm good. Now I did want to show this because I did pick this up. This is the only thing I wanted to show, really. I did pick up an actual Tymopkins t-shirt.
Okay.
It's the Michigan jacket. It's the Michigan Wolverine jacket for me, so I had to pick that up, man. I had to pick it up. So that was the only thing that I wanted to show really tonight because of our guest. And yes, sir, it is a mic drop.
Yes, he did. Oh, real quick.
I was gonna say, take me off big screen.
We did have a giveaway going.
Yep.
But we only had one person to comment, so he gonna get 2 T-shirts.
Exactly. We're gonna give him 2 T-shirts.
He gonna get 2 T-shirts. You know
You
what I'm
get
saying?
both of them motherfuckers.
So let me look back real quick. At,
I think it was G-Man.
Yeah, G-Man. We're gonna have to reach out to him. Because G-Man 315. So if you seeing this G-Man 315, either hit mine or Black's DM, or you can hit the Retro Talk DM, and we'll tell you what you need to do. You can go on liftheavy.com. Beard, if you want, drop your website in the chat.
Yes,
And
sir.
you go on there, pick out 2 shirts that you want. Let us know what shirts you want, and we got you, bro.
And say
We
less.
will get them sent out to you, bro. So appreciate you and you only for
Exactly.
entering the giveaway. You got 2 shirts coming your way. Just let us know what you want, bro. You know, shout out to Beard,
you know,
our sponsor.
When you get these when you do these shows, you always got to listen to all the way to the end, because you know you never know when somebody's giving away something.
Right. Mm-hmm. And shout out once again to Ty, man. Can't say enough about the brother, bro. You know what I mean? We've been blessed to have some dope guests. TikTok came on here, blessed us. You know, we've had some dope guests, and shout out to you, Black, for reaching out and, you know, asking these people to come on and them accepting our invite to come on. Because I appreciate the love. You know, I appreciate the love, and you know, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. Appreciate you, Caddy, for coming on with us today.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all having me on, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. Like this was special, man.
And we love you back, Q the Queen. We appreciate you.
We love you. These country boys do love you, Q.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
You're a high value woman, Q.
Yes, very high value. So, Caddy, you want to shout your stuff out?
You know what it is. It's your boy Cadillac Jackson, 1/3 of Talking Kicks. Catch us July 14th, season 14 premiere. Me, Beard Jedi, OG Sneakers. Season 14 is going to be crazy. We're going to have some guests. We're going to have some dope topics. Probably going to be the livest season yet.
Okay, then. Can't wait.
That's what's up. Shout out to Talking Kicks. Also, saw Buckeye and Polo in the chat earlier, man. Monday Midsole, check them out on Mondays. I don't think they had a show last Monday, but I think they probably have one this Monday. Shout out to them. Also, 313 Retro Queen, check out her channel. And also, Who Has the Heat? I think they in the works on doing a dope battle coming up. So stay tuned in to them. Q the Queen been dropping a lot of content lately. Check her out. She's been doing some dope stuff. Can't wait to see all the new stuff you got going on, Q. Who else we got? Beard Jedi, check out his clothing line. And everybody in the chat, man, if you got like a channel, make sure that LaShawn Terry, she got a channel too, but she's high end, you know, she's high value, high end. She's on the upper echelon of fashion. So check her out. Yeah, she be showing the food on there also, Air Fry Queen. So yeah, check her out. Check her out. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just make sure you sub up to everybody, show love. Shout out to the Trap House. I think they're doing a battle tomorrow night. They got a women's battle going on, so make sure you check them out. Also, Tony C, he was in the chat earlier. If you want to see some comedy on there, check them out on I Ain't Got It. They done switched their name about 4 times. They went from let me tell you, let me hold something to I Ain't Got It. So, you know, shout out to them. So yeah, just make sure y'all showing love to everybody, man, and we appreciate everybody. I'm HopDog18. You can find me on IG, also one half of Retro Talk Forum. It just seems like, man, when it can't get no doper, Black finds a way to make it even doper. So I appreciate you, brother. Salute to you, man.
Salute, Black.
Yeah, and I'm gonna let you.
No, this is a conglomerate. It ain't all about.
I just be around your coattails, bro. I keep telling you that.
It's about what we do, man. This is about us. This is us. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't like to get praises and stuff like that, but I still appreciate it. because I do it for us. You know what I'm saying? I do it for the people, because people be wanting to see stuff like this, man. You know. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, checking this out. This dope show we had out tonight. Appreciate our brother from another, Cadillac Jackson. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate Beard for being in the chat.
My brother.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate everybody for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Checking out the show. All I can say is, man, respect to everybody. Love everybody. Hug your loved ones, because you never know. You know, you never know when when they'll be around. Just hug your loved ones, man. And that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate everybody. Another dope show. We got to see see if we can top this one here real quick, man. So with that being said, I'm Black Ass African.
Hop Dog 18.
Hop Dog 18.
And
I'm Cadillac Jackson.
God damn, he was late.
we out, man. We out.
Hey.
We're Retro Talk Forum. I'm Hot Dog 18. You can find me on IG, and I'm gonna pass it over to my brother. This way.
What's good, people? It's your boy Black Ass African, aka BAA, aka Sneaker Story, aka Marvin.